We're pretty far out in the middle of nowhere today, and you can see the mine we're visiting today has this cool tram system coming down to this ore chute here. The road that we're hiking in on comes up like this. So they don't have had wagons or trucks picking up ore right there from the ore chute. That came down from up there. You can see there are workings there and also up there, and then closer to us in there's also an adit. Looks like there are a couple remains of a couple of bunkhouses down there. I see the pieces of wood scattered down there. Just the frames are left. I didn't see any really interesting artifacts or anything, so I thought I'd start here instead. But just to kind of give you a sense of what was here, it does seem there were a couple of bunkhouses there. The road wraps around behind me, up the hill here, and then up and around to get to the workings there. We decided to start at the top and then work our way down because I'm curious about what was feeding this tram system. So we'll get on it and get up there. But I thought this looked really cool. You see the remains of the rail system that had coming down. Very cool. So I expect the next place I pick up will be somewhere up there. I've hiked up higher now. I think you can get a better view of the workings from up here. I was calling that a tram system earlier, but I was thinking as I was hiking up here, maybe a cable car system would be a more accurate description, since I assume they would have lowered some kind of ore car down there on a cable. You get a better sense of the workings there, and it looks like there's something up in there as well. Those are my friends off in the distance, if you can see them hiking up for some scale. This is the road we're following. Just want to give you this perspective because I think it's about as clear a view as we're going to get of the bigger picture view of the workings. So, and again, there's that other adit down there. So this time, I expect the next time I pick up will be over there. We just hiked up from down there. I'm at that tree as a point of reference. There are the remains of, it looks like an ore bin down there, which would make sense because directly behind me is this adit right here. My buddy on top for some scale. And then you can see there's a shaft up there, and the top of that tramway or cable car system is there. There's an adit back there. I said there's that one behind me I showed you, and there's that one down the wash. So we're going to start with this one right here. First look at the portal here. My friends are a little bit in front of me. Just want to show you this little, I don't know what you would call it, little cubby holes right here. The miner set up for tools and such. Just saw a light flick on back there. That'll be where my friends are. Squeeze in, see what we're working with. That's my friend's hat below. It's not some old artifact. Oh man, that runs for quite a way. I feel airflow too, so I would imagine that shaft overhead ties into these workings. I don't see any sign of rail yet. There's some interesting mineralization though. Almost looks like tungsten, but I don't think this was a tungsten mine. Okay, that's my friends up there. Looks like there's some ground fall they're climbing over. And there's something off to the left here. Okay, just a little, oh no, actually it goes back a little way. Okay, that actually goes, so we'll check that out later. Oh, there's rail here. Cool. We picked up rail. Those are my friend's packs right there. That's actual rail too, that's not that old strap rail. And there's an ore chute here, and looks like an airline running up, a manway. That's got to go to that shaft. I'm going to ditch my pack as well. We'll take a look up this stuff, and I'll probably pick up over there. I'm next to that first ore chute. There's a look up the manway. You can hear air and jets overhead. I can hear airflow coming down through here, and I can hear jets overhead, so pretty sure that goes in the outside world. Also, you can see all the plant matter and such here. And there's a look up there. I can definitely feel air coming down there. So that's my expectation of where the shaft goes. I'm gonna crawl through and pick up over there. I just crawled through there. My friend said kept going, so they came back to get their packs. There's a really interesting mineralized chamber here the miners carved out. Look at these colors. That looks almost like fluorite right there. I don't know what that stuff around it is though. I don't know what that darker rock there is, for example. I better look at it there. And then that chamber extends through here. I'm not surprised the miners are picking away at this. It's like it's just loaded with minerals. It runs over here as well, although not quite as spectacularly as it is behind me. There's a closer look at that. There's a vein of it here. And then the mine keeps going through here. So I'm going to crawl through there and I'll pick up on the other side. I was just shooting back there. You can see the daylight of the portal beyond. Got the obligatory Coors Light cans right there. The adit keeps running behind me that way. See an ore chute there. Little side pocket right here, but there's nothing back there. Friends went ahead. I'll catch up to them at some point. Nice looking ore chute here. It is loaded, but it's been preserved very well. Interestingly, there was a manway going up at one time, but they've completely sealed it off, probably because the stope was failing. And you can see, if you look through the cracks, it's full of rock behind, so it's all filled in. And there's more of that crystally looking stuff. A vein of it here. See it really clearly through there. So the miners must have fallen it up to a stope above us that was feeding that ore chute. We've got the adit keep going straight. Just ends right there. Little chamber there. Looks like a compressed airline below me. Oh, I thought these were the remains of an ore chute, but this is just support. Really a distinctive contact zone there. See, got this grayish colored rock here. That's all layered. See all the layers, the stratification in it. And then it very abruptly hits that zone right there. See the line right there, delineating the two. And that looks like some conglomeration up there. Pretty violent geological history here that we're seeing. That's all twisted up. And get the timbers right here. Oh, there's more of that conglomerate stuff behind me. Huh. This mine is interesting geologically. Another ore chute here. This is a very shallow one. Runs up that way. And there's a little pit. Looks like they're stoped out a little bit down here. Got the little tiny timber support there. That might have run a lot deeper at one time, but it's been filled in. Oh, here's a look up to the stope. See, that panel from the ore chute is missing. There's a look inside, and then a look up. There, looks like it's steeper up there in that stope. Carrying on. More timbers. Kind of a small cap and post, but I'm glad it's there because it looks like pretty ugly rock in terms of groundfall. Needs supporting for sure. Another ore chute there. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Pretty solid looking slab right here, but then just a narrow little crust, as you can see when you look at it from this angle. Oh, there's a fairly large stope up here I didn't expect. I bet that ties into that ore chute we saw behind us. And there's another ore chute here. This must have been a pretty rich zone they found here. Very strong smell of rats right now. Or rodents. So they were tracking the ore car loads right there. See the dots. I don't know what that means. I don't think those are dates. There's a look up the side. Can't really see much. And this attic keeps going. And I must really keep going because there are my friends way up there. Looks like there might be a small winds dropping down on the left here. Yeah, drops down to there. And then that's the bottom, or it's plugged, one of the two. See that down there? And there's an ore chute on my right that could fail at any second. See how that's completely blown out the sides? It's just bursting with pressure. That would be a shame if that went when I was standing here. The ore chute is right there. I can finally see some of the track on the ground right there. And it keeps going back that way. So I'll pick up over there because I got to crawl through this section. I was shooting on the side of that, cross through there. A little stope action on the left here. And then I noticed this stuff is sloughing off the sides here. See those voids opening up behind the rock there? That's getting ready to slough off behind me. These guys are camped out next to another stope that runs up to there. See that rock that came down and got caught on the timbers? That's one reason they're there. And it keeps going beyond them. Into another chamber here. It's backfilled there. They said they went and checked, and that can't go any farther beyond that as the end. And then here's a view of this chamber here. Looks like this big piece broke off in front of me. And then looking up, goes up farther than you might expect. Way up to there. And pretty clear picture of the vein here. See it all through here? Looks like somebody might have been picking on it right there. Alright, cool stuff. Let's go check out those other workings. We just came from that direction and I forgot about this drift off to the left for us to check out. Well, I was getting the camera out again. And it's this cute little guy here. See the bat right there? Alright, let's head down this drift I forgot. Let's see what's down here. Alright, heading down this drift. Looks pretty featureless so far. Looks like either faces out there or bends to the left. Can't tell which yet. Kind of smaller. I'm having to bend over to walk through here. Okay, it's a bend to the left. Oh, okay. Bend to the left. And then it faces out. Okay, just make sure there wasn't something over there. Alright. Easy enough. Now I'll pick up at those other workings we saw. The attic we just went in is right there. You can see the shaft up above more clearly. We're over at the next workings now, which are here behind me. They look kind of cool. There's a little stope, little stoles right there, and then they cut into the cliff here, and something runs back there at least a little way. There's an old rail system that ran through here. You can see the remains of the rail all along here, and the rail was sticking out of the dirt along there as well. So they would have run ore cars out along there. They could have picked stuff up here as well, and it would have kept running along here. You can see part of a trestle right there, and also up there, and then that tram system is right there running down to that ore chute slash bin down there. So that gives you a pretty good view of how all this ties together. So we'll head over and check this out next. Come inside that little pocket here, looking up this way just to confirm that does dead end right there. I don't know what you guys can tell. And the wind is really ripping through here, so I had to put the external microphone on, but I can't use the stabilizer when that's on, so I apologize for the slightly shakier video at the moment. And this just faces out right there and back there. Hopefully you guys can see that. I can't see it. The glare on the screen is so bright right now I can't see what you're seeing, but it just, that's it right there. It's just a little pocket they cleared out. So might have been a little tiny pocket vein they cleared out. I just said that, didn't I? They cleared out a little bit, obviously. Could have been just exploratory in nature. Either way, the main workings are obviously that one behind us. We've come from that direction and have made our way over to this, the top of this tramway or cable system here. It's actually kind of an iconic shot. You can see the remains of the trestle here in front of me. Oh, the light's cooperating. My friends are there for scale. And you can see they would have, looks like they would have had an ore bin, or yeah, I'm just looking at the outline of it. Looks like they would have had an ore bin there and then run it down at their convenience to that system below. Let's go take a closer look at that. Here's a view looking down on top of that. You can see they would have run the ore cars out, stopped there, dumped them into the bin right there, and there's a little square right there, the metal sheeting that would have dropped down into the bin and then onto something to take it down the mountain. Way off in the distance, you see that black dot? That's our truck. That's where it came up. Still see the remains of some cable here behind me. Pretty cool scene, I have to say. I'm impressed with this. I guess the rats are too. You see the rat nest along there? Can't argue with their taste. It's a good view. One more view of that cable car, tramway, ore bin combination. There's something else right there. You can see the remains of those buildings down there. Like I said, I believe those are bunkhouses. We're going to go look at a couple things back there just to make sure we didn't miss anything. I don't think that shaft is worth checking out. We'll go up there and just take a peek at it, but I don't think there's much up there of note or worthy of filming. So the plan is, like I said, check over there real quickly, make sure we're not missing anything, and then we'll just drop straight down here and hit that last adit. We just hiked down from up there. We're at this last adit here. We're going in and check it out. Looks fairly featureless so far, but some of the best mines have started out that way. So, get back there and see how it looks. We just came in from the portal there, and you can see the adit runs all the way back to there. That's the face. So that's it for this mine. Given this little stuff, you've got to check it to be sure, you know. So right now we're just enjoying being out of the sun, because even though there's a little bit of cloud cover, Pretty hot outside. Anyway, I thought this is a pretty cool little mine. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. All right, one last cool little thing. The adit we just checked out is up there. We're coming down the wash and notice the remains of what appears to be a hoist here in front of me. That bottom of that tram or cable system is right there. So I'm guessing that this is probably on top of that at one point and would raise and lower the car that was taking the ore down. And then somebody either pushed it or tumbled down the hill on its own.